Hey guys, following on from last week, having read Fantastic Beasts and Quidditch Through the Ages, I thought I'd carry on with the Potter and read The Chamber of Secrets, the second book in the Harry Potter series. As you'll recall, I read the first book as my first book of the year. I'm not going to bore you with a long sort of plot summary because you guys have read it, you know what it's about. What I will say is, though, I did unhappily find a big plot hole in the Harry Potter series, having read this one. And it also did bring to light again the fact that when you reread your childhood books, the story doesn't change, but you see them in a very, very different way. And again, I did with this book. I always class The Chamber of Secrets as my least favourite out of the series. This reread kind of didn't really change my opinion of it on that, to be honest. It's still amazing, but it's just not the strongest out of the series, I don't think. There are other ones that are tons better, with a possible exception of the Order of the Phoenix, but I'll get into that when I review that later on in the year. I have quite a few problems with the Order of the Phoenix, but anyway. Yeah, the plot hole that I did find whilst reading this was the fact that Tom Riddle could have come back at any time and reopened the chamber. We know that he came back to sort of apply for a job at the school and things like that. We know that he had access to the school to hide one of the Horcruxes, and he never revisited the chamber again. And I kind of don't know why you wouldn't. I do get the fact that the basilisk is tied to the chamber and therefore the school, but he's freaking Voldemort. Why didn't he just sort of control the snake and take it out of the school and make it sort of do his bidding? I don't know. Like, if he'd have set the basilisk on James, Lily, and Harry, then the basilisk would have killed the heck out of them, and Harry would have never have been a threat. So I really don't know why he wouldn't do that. Obviously, that would negate the whole series, and it wouldn't be a series anymore. But I just don't know. He had this massive power that he just never took advantage of, and I didn't get why. But that's just me. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't read it, then where have you been for the last sort of 10 years? But you should go and read it now, definitely. As I say, it's not my favourite of the Harry Potter series, just because it's such a strong series. But yeah, it is amazing. It's definitely one to read, and I did enjoy it, I think, a lot more than I thought I would, just because I always have it in the back of my head as sort of the weakest of the seven. My second book for this week was Scott Pilgrim and His Precious Little Life. This is the first of the 6 Scott Pilgrim books, and this is sort of the introduction to the character of Scott and his merry band of misfit friends. And it is awesome. If you haven't seen the film Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, you should definitely go check that out. It's an amazing film. But before you check it out, read these graphic novels because they are amazing. This is actually the colour edition of the book. So this got released, I think, last year. It's for Scott Pilgrim fans, it's definitely worth looking at because even though it's sort of a slight different change, that the fact that it's in colour, it does make it a sort of a more rich experience, and it's definitely worth looking at. I'm running on 5 minutes now, and that's bad, so that'll be it for me today. Read Scott Pilgrim, read Harry Potter. Good times. Okay, bye.